Lindy, what's the non-scientific name for this? Sometimes I only think in Latin.
What?
What's the non-scientific name?
For what?
Mahonia aquifolium.
Like, I would know that.
That's not helpful. I can't remember the common name.
Call it a stick?
Sometimes I only think in Latin. And today's one of those days. I'm gonna look it up. We're Kaylee and Lindy. Each week on this vlog, we take you behind the scenes as we develop our 2-acre permaculture homestead and grow our own food. Join us this week as we start developing our Silvopasture area by planting a hedgerow. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, which helps us get introduced to more amazing people just like you.
I believe we're wild and free. I feel so alive, so alive.
Welcome back to the vlog, aka documentation of all the stupid things that we do and all the fun we have in the process of developing our permaculture homestead. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's Saturday and anytime you're ready, Stan. Anytime. Okay, there we go. Lindy's actually just finishing up on a work meeting inside. So I'm getting started on one of our bigger projects for the weekend, which is planting our hedgerow out in the pasture. So if you watched our video where we kind of talked about our projects for the year, we did talk a little bit about this, but basically I've got these beautiful plants here, these bare roots from our conservation district, and they need to get in the ground. Oh geez. What you doing, Stan? It's Stanley's birthday this weekend. Don't tell him, but we have a special surprise for him. So that'll be coming soon. Anyways, so before we can actually get these planted though, because they're going in the pasture where the horses are, and our horses love to eat anything and everything. So before we can actually get them planted, I need to put up some fencing to keep them protected until they get established. So once they get established, they're all plants that have a thicketing habits, meaning that they'll kind of like creep and fill in and send off runners, which makes a great hedgerow. And that's kind of the idea, is it's a secondary fence line. But it has to get to that point. So we've got to get them established first without the horses eating them, without the goats eating them. So I'm going to go start putting in some T-posts to make a temporary meaning a year or two fence line to keep all the animals away so that these plants can get established and we can have a proper hedgerow to increase our diversity out there, create privacy, create a windbreak, and honestly too, give the animals something to graze on once it's established. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go get started.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep, home, anywhere you wanna go.
Oh, did you add that to the pile? Well, thank you, Stan. That was very nice, very helpful.
Show you my world.
So the fence line behind me over here is where we are going to be putting the hedgerow. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to put the T-posts in place, and then we're going to get everything planted and then finish up with fencing. So don't know that we'll do it all today, but we're certainly going to get started on it. So I'm going to go start putting some T-posts in. I think Lindy will be joining me at some point for the T-post party, hopefully. A girl can hope, right?
Show you my world. Show you my world. Show you my world.
That's terrible. It's like I haven't done this in like 2 years.
You're getting soft.
Not good.
Thanks.
I don't want to break a nail.
Yeah. Lindy's marveling over willow cuttings and how quickly they form roots.
Look at these little tiny bunny dudes.
It is amazing. yes, there's a proper way to do cuttings. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. But yeah, we're just sticking them in the ground, and whoever makes it, makes it.
Look how happy they are.
Yeah, and we're going to do, so this is a Pacific willow. And then we have hawthorns that we need to prune up front, and we're going to do the same thing with them, where you just take a softwood cutting and plunk them in the ground. Whoever makes it, makes it. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. That's our motto on it this go round.
And so now when we put these in the ground, we have to simply go plunk every
Kerplunk.
time.
That's correct.
Because we're plunk.
That's right. You just kerplunk them.
Yeah.
I should definitely write a full tutorial on kerplunking. Anyway, so while I am finishing up the T-posts, Lindy is going to start spacing these out and figuring out where we want to put the plants. We know how to properly put in a T-post. This is my fast and quick method. I don't care if it's straight. This is only temporary for like a couple of years to get this established, so it doesn't have to be as nice of quality fence as we would put in other places. Once we get the hot wire line on it, that will keep the horses from leaning over it, and it's just going to keep them safer in general, keeping them away from the road. And frankly, hot wire is kind of the safest way to go. We use the electro braid, which is kind of the highest quality that you can do and one of the safest. So that will be at another stage in the future, because right now the only ones that are out here on this pasture are the ponies. So it makes it a little bit easier. They don't really push boundaries like the big boys do. So once the boys,
push boundaries, just not with them.
yeah, they push different boundaries. So once the boys rotate back onto this pasture, we'll make sure to have that line of electro braid up. Whoa, you almost threw that ball at my face. But for right now, we're just focused on getting these planted because they need to get in the ground now. So most of them are bare roots. So again, bare roots need to kind of go in at a certain time of year so that they can get established. And then as the soil is warming, they're already kind of acclimated to that area, have kind of formed their roots. So as they come out of dormancy, they're already settled. So it's already the middle of March and we need to get them in the ground. So that's what we're doing today.
That's life. Champagne, silver lining, that's all I know. Shine bright like a diamond, so beautiful, so beautiful.
Some of the varieties that we're planting today, so they're all native to the Pacific Northwest. Lindy just planted the Pacific willow. We are going to take cuttings from our hawthorns up front and use those cuttings. Stanley has added a tennis ball, which is helpful. Then we have Nootka rose, a pea fruit rose. We have gooseberry, thimbleberry, Oregon grape, the tall one, so Mahonia aquifolium. There's also a creeping one. This one is the one that gets taller. Again, better for hedging. What else? I think that might be it. Oh, some black cap raspberries. So we're just kind of mixing them all in to get a really nice variety, and just it's going to add so much biodiversity. I was really happy with the conservation district. They did such a good job with their native plant sale, and these plants look amazing. I cannot wait to see how this grows it. So we're going to finish getting these planted.
Night shapes in the morning, that's what I like. Don't know where we're going, but that's alright, yeah, that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. That's the life.
Are you frozen? Are you frozen?
That's the life.
Good boy.
Show off like it's easy, don't gotta try. I keep on believing until it's mine, until it's mine. I'm making mine. That's the life. That's the life.
The hedgerow is done and it filled it in so well.
Yeah, it did.
We have a couple more still, and a couple in the bucket that we're gonna go plant in the garden area. Do you want to plant the rest of them?
No,
Okay,
you don't.
we can just go put them back in the bed. Okay, we're gonna go tuck these guys back in and we'll get them planted tomorrow.
So they gotta go to bed.
Well, yeah, they're babies. They're baby plants. You're not a baby.
Someone's baby, I'm sure of it.
Oh, you're mine, but it's different. Good work, team.
That's the life.
Good Good morning. Today is a very special day because it's Stanley's 1-year-old birthday. So we are hoping that before the rain comes, we can have a little bit of a party for him. But first we need to do chores. So we're gonna get the day started.
All we have is nothing, sometimes nothing's all you need. When you're stripped of all your armor, you can finally feel the breeze.
What do we have going on over here?
Eggs!
Well, show them off. Let's see them.
I present quail eggs. I hatched these little birds.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Stanley, where did you get that, bud?
What do you have? Oh,
Is that-
did you find an egg too?
Did you also go egg hunting?
He also went, he would like you to crack it for him.
Where did you get this? You're making a mess, bro.
Well, you can put it down now.
Ew, I've been slimed.
You didn't have to hold it. That was your choice.
I feel like your instructions were poor.
I feel like your comprehension was poor.
I need more coffee. You're not wrong.
I like your pants, by the way.
These are my good city pants. I didn't want to get them dirty.
I see. They're still gonna get dirty.
No, I'm avoiding that by this situation.
I see. Okay. What about the top half of them?
I don't know. Okay, like I haven't figured it all out. I'm just trying the best I can with what I got.
I see.
Bro, that was cold water.
We're living in the moment. We ain't got pockets full of money, but we're rich in other things. This highway is our living room. We're swimming.
Oh, now it's getting even better with the pants situation. This is definitely more better.
You joke, but I'll have clean pants when we go to town.
Oh yeah.
Work it.
Uh-huh.
It's about being smarter and not harder.
You know what I do? I just change into a different pair of pants. I have
Okay,
one pair
no,
for
but
chores.
I was just struggling with that. Okay, so hear me out. I don't know where my other work pants are.
They're folded on the chair for you.
Okay, well that really kind of solved. I have nothing else.
Okay, so it's Stanley's birthday, and being the true star of the channel, we wanted to do something special. So we ordered him a box of 50 tennis balls. So we're gonna have a little ball drop. Let's call it something else. Anyways, we're going to drop the balls on. There's no good way to say this. We're gonna have 50 balls at there. His favorite thing are 10. There's no good way to say this.
We're going to be able to provide our son with his favorite toy.
Yes, there we
Done.
go. Okay, and we also got him the cutest little puppy birthday cake that he's going to share with his siblings, which will be interesting. What's it say on the box? It was really funny.
And I quote, "A pot-shaped treat for a charming boy."
How do they know that he's
Can't
charming?
make that crap up. Can I burn this?
They've never met him. Yes, you can burn it later. We don't need a fire right now.
I'm putting it in
You have a problem.
Is it a problem or is it a passion?
All right, where's our charming boy? Let's
Stanley.
do this.
Come here,
Let me go
Monster.
get the camera set up. Ready?
No,
Okay. Happy birthday,
this is gonna be
Stanley.
the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh.
He does not know what to do.
I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex on the jungle. Ready the best, best, best.
Get him, birthday boy. He's scratching.
This is gonna be the best day ever. This is gonna be the best day ever. Best day ever.
Happy birthday, buddy. Well, I'd say that was a win for Stanley. So today's gonna be a bit of a weird day. My neighbor Danielle, who's also our dear friend, so her husband's been living abroad and she will actually be moving to join him overseas. So today we will be taking them to the airport along with like their 2 dogs, a bunch of their stuff. So that's gonna eat up a big chunk of our day. So I don't know if we're going to be getting back to finishing the fencing for the hedgerow, but I am so glad that we finished planting it yesterday. But we will get that fencing finished in order to put the horses and put the animals back out there. But the hedgerow is planted, so that's a big win for us. Stanley is a happy boy. Hi, buddy. He's definitely the happiest dog I've ever met. Like, he is just always happy. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Go get it. Oh, good job. But we're going to go do all that stuff today, spend some time with our friends before they leave. So we'll check in with you later. She's pouting because I'm making her do fencing. You're the one that wanted horses. We could have just had plants.
You're the one that wanted the hedgerow. We could have just had the fence.
Whose horses are pushing down the fence? Hence the need for a hedgerow.
Or we could just put up the electrical fence. I could keep going.
I could too. You know you won't win this.
I already won.
No, you didn't. Okay, are you ready?
No.
We're
You
gonna
don't
do
seem
it.
to care about that.
I don't. Sorry. One of us has to be the strong one or nothing would get done around here.
Or we could both not be strong.
And nothing would get done.
I forgive us.
All right, we're doing it. We are walking out to the pasture, grabbing our supplies. We're gonna make it happen. And I think it just started raining again. So what good timing we have. It's such a Monday. Got our wire. And a tennis ball.
Only time will tell what we're made of. I feel like myself when I have your love. I don't really mind all the waiting if I got you. If I got you. When I think of all the years I spent trying to stand so tall, feeling
3 types of fencing, a bunch of bent and rusted T-posts, 75 plants, and a couple of fights later, it's done. We did it. Well, Lindy actually left already, but that's fine. I told her to go inside. She wasn't feeling good, so I finished it up. And yeah, that's one big project off of our 2022 to-do list, and one step closer to creating our vision that we have for this property. So I can't wait to see this in a couple of years. These are all super fast growing varieties, so it's not going to take long for this space to entirely transform. So stay tuned for progress. And so now I'm going to go in and get warm, and we'll check in with you all next week. Bye.